So today I would like to show you how to do a ribbing stitch. You should already know how to make a single and a double crochet stitch, but let me show you this cool ribbing stitch. Now, ribbing stitches are great for collars and cuffs, and the bottom of your sweaters, for a great many things. Now I'm using a cotton yarn, so it doesn't have as much stretch as another yarn would have, but it does have some stretch. These are also great for headbands, if you want to use the headband. So the stitch is the same on both sides, very much like the single and the double. This is single crochet and double crochet, and they look the same on both sides. Okay, and the rib stitch is crocheted in this direction. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make this rib stitch. Let me show you how to start it. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and crocheted some of this. I'll show you how to finish it in a moment, but you know, we should start at the beginning, right? So let's go ahead and work on the beginning. So again, I'm using Lily's Sugars and Cream, and I'm using the purple one today, and all the information that you need for using this yarn is on here. So what I've done is I went down a hook size. I'm using a smaller hook size. So this is the same number of stitches, 20 stitches across, but because I used a smaller hook size, I want you to see the difference that just changing the hook size can make. So this is a much smaller piece than the green one. Same number of stitches, 20, but because I use a different hook size. So this is a really good trick to know. If you want to make something a little bit tighter and smaller, go down a hook size. But if you're a little bit lazy, like I tend to be sometimes, go right ahead and go up that hook size. And if it's just something like a scarf or a washcloth, okay? And make it a little bit bigger to go a little bit faster, okay? So I went down a hook size because I wanted to show you that, the difference that just changing the hook size will make. So I went down one size on the hook size, and I did this ribbing stitch. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we get started. Okay, so as usual, almost all crochet projects begin with a slip knot, and a chain. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Slip knot. So there is more than one way to do a slip knot. I showed one way in a previous video, the video with the green washcloth. I showed one way to do a slip knot. Let me show you another one, okay? I'm going to wrap it around, make an X. I'm going to take this part and I'm going to wrap it over, and I'm just going to pull the loop that was on my finger, and I'm going to tighten it. Pull my finger out first, and then I'm going to tighten it, and I have a loop. As I mentioned, there's more than one way to start a project. That's the great thing about crochet, is that, I don't know, it has rules, but you know, they're just basic guidelines, you know, they're not etched in stone, and you can do so many different things. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a chain. Yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop. I'm going to do that 20 times. So that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's 10. I'm going to keep counting. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 20. That's a chain with 20. Okay. So this yellow one was done in a single crochet. So let's go over how we work on a single crochet. You take the hook, you're going to skip this first little loop right there. You're going to insert it into one leg of the chain stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and we're gonna go all the way down and do that. Okay, and this is how you start that yellow one, right? Just insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, single crochet stitch. One more time, insert the hook into the chain, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through the two loops all the way down. So I have 20 chain stitches that I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Okay, so that's how you start. That's how you're going to start this project. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. Whenever you're going to put your work aside, which you can do, just go ahead and make this loop a little bit bigger. It'll stop it from unraveling or frogging itself. Okay, so I'm going to put this over to the side until we need it again in a few minutes. So let's go ahead and look at the yellow one. Okay, so let me show you how to do this cool thing. So you see how I made that loop bigger? I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller so that my hook will fit in it. Here we go. Okay, so let's start from here. We are on this side of the work, and we're going to pretend I just finished making this row here. Okay, I'm going to chain one. Remember, when you're doing single crochet, before you go up to the next row, you should always chain one. That'll help the stitch from maintaining its height. Now let me show you how to go ahead and do this. So for a single crochet, usually you're going to take your hook and insert it under both legs of the stitch, under the V. Remember, I said that there was a V here. Okay, well, when you're doing a rib stitch, that's not how you're going to do it. You're going to look at the top and you're going to look for the V stitch, and instead of going under both legs, you're going to take your hook and you're going to go in through the top and go into the middle of the V and come out the back. Okay, I'm going to do that again on the next stitch. Then you're going to wrap it around. So now you have two loops. You're going to wrap it around and pull it through, and now you have two working loops, and then you're going to complete your single stitch. So it's a single stitch. It's just where we're inserting our hook that's different, right? Let's go on to the next stitch. Okay, I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to insert it not through the two legs, right? No, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to split that V. I'm going to split the V, and I'm going to insert it and pick up I'm going to insert it into one leg of the V, the back loop. It's called the back loop. Yeah, so I have my working loop, and then I have my stitch loop, the back loop of the stitch. I'm going to yarn over and pull it through the back loop. I have two working loops. I'm going to yarn over and pull it through both. Okay, I'm going to try that again. I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to insert it into the back loop. This is the front loop right here, and then this is the back loop. So I'm going to insert it into the back loop, yarn over, pull it through, and there you have it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go down the row, inserting the hook into the back loops only. Insert the hook into the back loops only. Insert it across the top into the back loop, single crochet into the back loop only. Okay, I'm going to go all the way down. So let me just go ahead and do this really quickly and get to the end here. Okay, sometimes you might need to help it along, and that's okay. Crochet is all about you do you. You do what's comfortable for you. We have some basic rules to follow, but the thing I love about crochet is that you can change things up But remember, the most important thing is consistency. Consistency in your tension, consistency in your stitch size, consistency in what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going through all the back loops here, all the way to the last stitch. I'm going to count. Remember, you can count as you crochet, or you can count them all after. Sometimes that last stitch is really hard to find. Okay, so you can count after, or you can count as you go along. Okay, and guess what? So we're gonna chain one as we're supposed to do, because we're gonna go up to the next one, and then we're gonna flip it, and we're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna crochet into the back loops only, and it's that's going to make it work for you here. So I'm gonna take the yarn, I'm gonna take my hook, and I'm going to insert it into that first back loop. Yeah, that's it. And that's how you get this wonderful ribbing, okay, that will be the same on the front and the back. Okay, there you go. Rib stitching. My yarn is taken off. Rib stitching, same stitches. Remember, you're going to insert the hook through the back loop, so this is called back loop rib stitch. It's going to be the same on the front and on the back. Okay, and then you can proceed. When you're done, you just take your hook out, pull the loop up. Actually, I like to make a chain, right? I'm done with this one. I'm gonna pull it back, yarn over, make that chain stitch to tighten it, lock it in place, pull it tight, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my grandson's scissors again. I'm going to cut the loop in half, and there you have it. A nice rib stitch in the front and the back. You don't have to just do 20 stitches. You can make it a little bit longer if you want, 25, 30. Experiment. You want them to be all the same size, all different sizes. That's up to you, but you see the difference? Same number of stitches, but a different hook, and you see how different it came out. Okay, well, that's it. So that's how you do the single crochet rib stitch, by inserting the hook into the back loops only, Wow, wasn't that cool? And not as difficult as I bet you thought it was, right? So the important thing to remember is that when you're making the stitch, remember to crochet into the back loops only. Every time you turn, crochet into the back loops only. And when the work is facing you, that's going to be the front, and when the work is away from you, that's going to be the back. Okay, so back loops only, single crochet, lovely stitch, right? Look, we've learned how to make this using single crochet and double crochet, and we learned how to make this using single crochet but crocheting in the back loops. Two different things, right? With just two different stitches. Very simple, very cool. So if you had fun learning how to make that, and you would like to learn how to make more things, more stitches, learn more techniques, go ahead and subscribe there in the bottom and check out my other videos. And I will see you next time on Yarn Over with Angie. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.